Hey everyone! Welcome back to the Old Charles. Today, we're diving into a classic piece of American history, the United States Liberty 1 cent from 1960. If you're a coin collector, history buff, or just curious about old pennies, stick around because we're going to cover everything from its design and minting to how much it's worth today. Let's get started. The 1960 Liberty 1 cent is part of the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series, a coin series that was minted from 1909 all the way until 1958. Actually, in 1960, the wheat cent had already been replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design starting in 1959, but the 1961 cent is still a key collectible. Why is it called the Liberty cent? Well, it carries the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, a symbol of liberty and unity for the United States. The reverse side of the coin in 1960 is the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the wheat ears design that was used previously. This memorial design continued until 2008. Let's talk design. The obverse or front features the profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, and has the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," at the top, "Liberty" on the left, and the year, 1960, on the right. Flip the coin over, and you'll see the famous Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparro. This detailed image of the memorial was a new design introduced just the year before, in 1959, replacing the wheat ears that had appeared on the reverse for almost 50 years. Look closely, and you might even spot a tiny image of Lincoln himself inside the columns of the memorial, a neat little detail many collectors love. The 1961 cent coins were minted at two main locations, Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark. Philadelphia coins simply have the year without a mint mark, while Denver coins have a small D below the date. There is also a 1960 S coin minted in San Francisco, but this was a proof coin, meaning it was specially made for collectors, not for circulation. These proofs have a shiny, mirror-like finish and can be more valuable, so how rare is the 1960 Lincoln Memorial cent? Actually, these coins are quite common, especially the Philadelphia and Denver minted ones, as millions were produced for circulation. Philadelphia minted roughly 1.3 billion pennies in 1960. Denver minted about 700 million pennies. Because of this large mintage, circulated coins aren't particularly rare or valuable on their own. But condition is everything in coin collecting. Let's get to the part you're probably most curious about, the value. Asterisk circulated coins asterisk asterisk, meaning those that have been used and show signs of wear, are generally worth their face value, or just a few cents above that. However, uncirculated or mint condition coins, especially those graded MS-60 or higher by professional grading companies, can fetch a better price. Here's a rough breakdown. Circulated 1960 cent asterisk asterisk usually worth around 1 to 5 cents. Uncirculated, MS-60 to MS-63 asterisk asterisk can range from 30 cents to $1. Higher grades, MS-65 and above asterisk asterisk can reach up to $5 to $10 or more, especially with a sharp strike and great luster. Proof coins, 1960, S asterisk asterisk, these can be worth anywhere from $3 to $10 or more depending on condition. If you're looking to add a 1960 Liberty 1 cent to your collection, here are some quick tips. 1. Look for condition asterisk coins with sharp details, minimal wear, and a bright copper color are more valuable. 2. Check the mint mark asterisk if you want something rarer. Look for the Denver D mint mark or the 1960 S proof coins. 3. Avoid cleaning your coins asterisk. Cleaning can actually decrease the value, so it's best to keep the coin in its natural state. 4. Consider grading asterisk if you find a really nice specimen. Getting it professionally graded can help you get the best value if you decide to sell. The 1960 Liberty 1 cent might not be the rarest penny out there, but it's a wonderful piece of American history and a great coin for any beginner or advanced collector. Plus, with its connection to Abraham Lincoln and the iconic Lincoln Memorial design, it's a coin that tells a story. To really appreciate the 1960 Liberty 1 cent, we need to take a step back and look at the history of the Lincoln cent itself, because this coin is part of one of the longest-running and most beloved coin series in American history. The story begins in 1909, when the United States Mint introduced the Lincoln cent to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This was a groundbreaking move. It was the first time a U.S. president's portrait appeared on a circulating coin. Before this, American coins typically featured symbolic figures like liberty or other allegorical images. The original Lincoln cent design was created by Victor David Brenner and featured Lincoln's profile on the obverse, with wheat ears flanking the words 1 cent on the reverse, hence the nickname Wheat Penny. This wheat penny design was used continuously from 1909 through 1958. making it one of the longest-lasting designs in U.S. coinage history. By the late 1950s, the wheat penny design was retired to make way for a new reverse that would better honor Lincoln's legacy, the Lincoln Memorial. This iconic monument, located in Washington, D.C., was chosen to replace the wheat ears as a tribute to Lincoln's role in preserving the Union and ending slavery. The Lincoln Memorial design debuted in 1959 and continued through 2008. So, the 1961 cent coin you're holding in your hand features this beautiful memorial on the reverse side. The 1960 Lincoln cent was minted during a period of great change in America. The country was growing rapidly post-World War II, entering the space age, and undergoing significant social and cultural shifts. Interestingly, the 1960 cent was still made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, just like earlier pennies. This composition would remain until 1982, when rising copper prices led to the introduction of the mostly zinc core penny with a thin copper plating, the penny we see today. The 1960 Liberty 1 cent is not just a coin, it's a snapshot of American history, celebrating one of the greatest presidents during a time when the nation was rapidly evolving. It symbolizes liberty, unity, and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln. And that's why coin collectors treasure these pennies. They are small, everyday objects that carry rich stories about the nation's past. Now, let's talk about something super important when it comes to coins: condition. For the 1960 Liberty 1 cent, like with most coins, condition can make a huge difference in value. Coins are graded based on how much wear and damage they show, and the grading scale ranges from poor all the way up to mint state, MS, or uncirculated condition. The better the condition, the more collectors are willing to pay. Circulated condition ***, these coins have been used in everyday transactions and show visible wear. The details on Lincoln's face and the Lincoln Memorial might be faded or worn down. Circulated 1960 pennies are usually worth just a few cents, basically face value or slightly above. About uncirculated ***, coins in this grade have very minimal wear. You can still see most details clearly, especially on Lincoln's hair and the memorial's columns. These coins can be worth more, often around 20 to 50 cents depending on eye appeal. Mint state, MS***, these coins have never been used in circulation and have their full original detail and luster. Mint state coins are graded from MS-60 to MS-70, with MS-70 being a perfect coin with no imperfections. MS coins from 1960 can be worth several dollars, especially if they have great color and sharp details. Proof coins ***, the 1960 S-proof pennies were specially made for collectors and have a mirror-like finish with sharper details. These can be worth even more depending on their condition. Look closely at Lincoln's cheek and jawline. If they're smooth and lacking detail, your coin is probably circulated. Check the rim for nicks or flattening. A sharp, clean rim means less wear. Examine the Lincoln Memorial on the back. In good condition, you'll see clear lines between the columns and the tiny statue of Lincoln inside. One important tip: don't clean your coins. Cleaning can scratch the surface and damage the coin, drastically lowering its value. Instead, if you want to preserve your penny's condition, keep it stored safely in a coin holder or albumen summary. The condition of your 1960 Liberty 1 cent is the biggest factor in determining how much it's worth. Even though millions were minted, a high-grade, beautifully preserved coin is still highly prized by collectors.